And we're joined tonight by Kerry Armstrong, Matt Araiza's defense attorney, though he's been authorized to speak on this civil matter. He's here to discuss these allegations against his client. Thank you for joining us, spending some time with us tonight. Sure. I want to start off with just part of this lawsuit right away. It says, during the early morning hours of Sunday, October 17, 2021, defendants Araiza, Leonard, and Ewaliko gang raped Doe, then a 17-year-old minor, inside the residence during a Halloween party. These three men are current or former members of the San Diego State University football team. What is your response to that allegation?
Well, I can't respond for the other two defendants in the civil lawsuit, but I can respond to the allegations against Matt Araiza, and he is 100% adamant that he never forcibly raped this young lady or forcibly had sex with her in any type of way or had sexual relations with her while she was intoxicated, whether it be on alcohol and or drugs.
Jane Doe here paints a picture where she walked into the party. She says she was already intoxicated when she came in, and she said she ended up having sex. She agreed to have sex with Matt Araiza a short time later. She says she had never met him before. Is your client saying that that's what happened?
My client's saying he had never met her before, but that they spoke that night, and there was some interaction that night, but that he never, ever did anything forcible with her whatsoever.
And again, this is Matt Araiza's residence at the time where this happened, where the party was occurring.
Somebody else told me that today. This was not Matt Araiza's residence.
Okay, so that's in dispute as well.
That's in dispute.
Okay. The Jane Doe here says that he should have known that she was a minor. She says she told him she goes to Grossmont High School, and she says it should have been obvious to him that she was drunk. What's the response to those particular claims?
Right after I got hired about 6 weeks ago, we got a private investigator who's spoken to many people who were at the gathering that night, including one of her friends. And there is no doubt in my mind that those allegations are false. She was telling everybody at the party that night that she was 18 years old and went to Grossmont College, not to Grossmont High School.
What about the allegation that she was drunk? He gave her a drink, there was something in it, and he should have known that she was drunk.
He never gave her a drink. He never gave her any intoxicating substance, and she was not visibly intoxicated when he was speaking to her. I've heard those allegations. I have numerous witnesses lined up to say that she was not slurring, not stumbling, or anything like that.
Some people I've spoken to say they find it odd that they would be having sex after having never met before, just outside of the home, shortly after meeting each other. Did they have any kind of relationship beforehand, and did they have any kind of relationship after this alleged incident?
They had never met each other before that night, and I think they did speak a couple weeks later when she did what they call the controlled call. Other than that, he's not ever spoken to her.
In that pretext call, which was on October 20th, 2021, your client, according to these documents, told Jane Doe that she should get tested for an STD. When Jane Doe asked him if they actually had sex, he answered, "This is Matt Araiza. I don't remember anything that happened that night," and hung up. Why would he end a conversation in that manner?
Well, think about it. He's getting serious accusations from him, from a girl who he had met a couple weeks before. I'll put it this way. I think everybody handles that situation in a different way. He might not have handled it the same way you and I would do at age 21 or 22 at the time. And obviously, you know, his civil attorney in the end will speak to those allegations. But I'm here tonight to tell you that he did not ever forcibly do anything to this young lady that evening, right before Halloween.
So forcefully disputes these allegations that they did not happen?
The way they're written in this complaint, yes.
So why would somebody make these claims up?
Well, I think that's pretty obvious. He's now a member of the Buffalo Bills. He just got on the team 2 or 3 days ago, and I think this is a power grab, or I'm sorry, a money grab on her part. I know that's probably going to be heavily disputed by her attorney, but, you know, deep pockets for someone who's in the NFL, and I think she sees some dollar signs at the end of the highway.
He is in the NFL now, but at that point he was on the SDSU football team. The lawsuit was drafted today. The claims aren't new. Again, this happened last fall. She says she immediately told someone she was raped after coming out of that room. She says she went to police. There's an investigation underway we know about right now. We don't know the status of it. Why wouldn't she be credible to a jury with that kind of contemporaneous information?
Well, why would she file a lawsuit before the criminal case has even been filed or not? That's a huge red flag for me as well. Why is she doing this now? She has plenty of time to file a civil suit if that's what she wants to do, but she's doing it before the criminal case is even decided one way or the other.
So you represent Matt Araiza, that's your client. There are two others named in this suit. Have you spoken to their attorneys? Do you know what their stance is on this?
I've spoken to both of them, but I don't really feel comfortable expressing their views on this case. But Yes, I have spoken to both of them.
How long has your client known about these allegations against him?
There were rumors that came out last fall, I think around Christmas time. That's when he first started hearing about it on Twitter. There was someone who made up a Twitter page who was making allegations about him at that point, so he's known about these allegations for a while.
And how long have you been representing him in a criminal case?
Approximately 6 weeks.
Do you expect charges, criminal charges, to be filed against Matt Araiza and these 2 other SDSU football players in this matter?
I can't speak for the other 2 because I think at least one of them are in a very different situation than Mr. Araiza. I can say that I don't know for sure whether charges will be filed against Mr. Araiza, but I don't think they will based on what I know right now. But obviously that could change. I can't speak for the district attorney's office. I have spoken to the deputy DA assigned to the case numerous times, but I feel confident that he will never be charged in this case.
And finally, did he inform the NFL of the investigation before the draft?
You better believe he did.
So they had all the information of what was going on with him before that happened, and the Bills proceeded to select him with the draft pick.
Well, when you say all the information, I don't know what information the Bills had at the time when they actually selected him in the draft. I do know that I have kept him up to date recently about some of the case, and so I think they have at least a decent understanding of what the allegations are.
Is there anything to be said about the fact that, according to this document and according to what Matt Araiza has been said, that alcohol is involved in a party, there's a house party. He is involved with someone who she claims told him she was at Grossmont High School. You're saying that she was at Grossmont College.
Right.
But the randomness of this, is that a gray area? Is that a danger spot for somebody who is potentially a target?
Well, exactly. I mean, let me start from the beginning. Matt Araiza did not drink that much that night, and I do not think this young lady drank that much that night either, based on all the witness reports that I've seen so far. Was there some alcohol use? Of course there was, but I don't think it was to the degree that she's alleging in this civil complaint.
What's next here for this case? Do you know when you're going to be going into, you're waiting, I guess, for the criminal matter to resolve itself one way or another?
That's correct, and Mr. Araiza will have a civil defense attorney in the next week to defend himself against this civil lawsuit.
Kerry Armstrong, representing for criminal matters Matt Araiza, the punter for the Buffalo Bills, formerly of the San Diego State Aztecs. In this case, some horrific allegations that are forcefully being denied by Matt Araiza right now.
That's right.
All right, Kerry, thanks for joining us for today,
Thank you.
shedding some light.
Appreciate it. Thank you.